How do we close the gap and manifest all our desires, or at least more of what we truly want? Well, we're going to talk about that today. Closing the gap so you can open up your world to more and more and more of what you desire. And we're going to talk about the powerful law of attraction and the teaching of Abraham Hicks, so you can understand how to close any gap in your life today on Awakening with Amy. Hi, welcome. I'm Amy Valentine, certified life coach, hoping to awaken within you a mindset that you can be, do, and have any desire. And that is the fundamental teachings of Abraham Hicks, of Esther, who channels, she hates that word, but who receives guidance and information from Abraham. And as they talk about the powerful law of attraction. So, law of attraction, all it says in this book, this is a wonderful book. It is loaded with information to help you understand why you're getting what you're getting in your life. It has tons of processes. Anyway, it says in the book, law of attraction, simply put, is that which is like itself is drawn. That we're magnets, literally emitting a vibration, like a radio wave, right? A sound wave, emitting a signal that the law of attraction is responding to and giving us more of that signal. So understanding that law of attraction is the correlation, is understanding, breaking down what we're thinking and feeling and what is manifesting all correlates. So we're never feeling anything without thinking a thought. It's not about controlling your thoughts or trying to monitor your thoughts. They don't teach that. They teach how to get in touch with your emotions. And that's how you learn to close the gap. And what's the gap anyway? Well, that's the space between where you are and where you want to be. You know, you have a desire. It hasn't manifested yet. Here's the gap. And this is what you want to have, right? So the gap is really created by you. The gap, we create our own gap. We create every obstacle. How? With our thinking, with what we believe to be true about ourselves in relationship to the world. And this is a powerful basis of their teaching, that beliefs, this is what they say, beliefs are just thoughts you keep thinking, and they became true. Basically, you thought something so much, unknowingly, right? Thought it so much that you started to have life experience with it, and that life experience just proved to you that it must be true. But beliefs aren't true. Like they say, Abraham says, beliefs are just thoughts that you continue to think. Right? So a belief, when you look at the word, in the middle of the word is L-I-E, lie. It's not a truth. If it's truth, then it's true all the time for everyone. There's no questioning it. So beliefs are malleable. And really, when you look at the root, the Anglo-Saxon root word is L-I-E-F. And that means to wish for. And what is wishing but hoping? Well, I hope it's true. I hope I can have it. I'm wishing. That's implying lack. That's not implying fulfillment. So beliefs are just habits. That's it. So we create a new habit. How do we do that? Well, we want to align our thinking and our emotions with our desire. That's what Abraham teaches. Think about what you want. Because you can't think about what you don't want, or you can't think about not having what you want and invite in what you want, because the law of attraction is literally responding to the quality of your thoughts, the story you're telling yourself within yourself. And how do you know what you're thinking about? By your feelings, because you can't feel what you're not thinking. Every thought evokes a feeling. And that's what the law of attraction is responding to. Your attention to any subject is what activates that thought process, which activates that feeling, and the law of attraction is responding to it, and that's what you're physically manifesting. Isn't this powerful to know this? Once you get this and embody this information, and here is the crux of their teaching. They're not talking about controlling your thoughts or fixing your thinking. No, they're saying that the reason why you want anything in your life is for one reason. It's because you think in having that desire, you're going to feel better. So why not feel better now? Feel better now. That is what a true heart's desire means. A desire comes to you because it's a divine urge to create, just to have the life experience as a creator, as a conscious creator. So your emotions are your guide. It's not about being positive all the time or fighting your negative thought. Again, the law of attraction is your emotions are just your guidance. It's your inner being communicating to you, letting you know if you're creating what you want or you're creating what you don't want. My really good friend and I, we talk about this stuff all the time. And she was telling me a situation she was having with her boyfriend, and it was accelerating. And what was happening was he was venting and complaining to her about his job. And she said it was getting to be like annoying to her. And we were talking about this, and I said to her one question. I asked her, I said, why are you allowing yourself to invite that in? Like, what is making you available to his venting and complaining when that's not what you really want? And she was like, oh my God. She's like, I'm enabling him to do this. I'm attracting this because I have a belief. And you know what we figured out? You know what the gap was for her? The belief that was in the way of what she wanted? Him not complaining to her and, not spilling the drama all the time. She believed that a good girlfriend was available for anything, just to listen. And she realized, and it was so powerful to hear her. She was like, oh my God. All right. So she said to me, she's like, so the whole next day, she's like, I didn't reach out to him. And they talk to each other every day, multiple times a day. She's like, I just needed to really think about this, let that sink in, that I was creating it with that one belief. So the next day, within 24 hours, he calls her. And she was like, he was a completely different person. He took the day off. He was talking to her about how he was hanging out with the kids and, running errands and having a blast. And I'm like, see? Literally. Not all manifestations happen that quickly, but she literally closed the gap. Why? By questioning her beliefs, by paying attention to how she was feeling, letting her emotions guide her. Like Abraham says, your emotions are just guidance. They're not good or bad, right or wrong. They're letting you know if you're inviting in, paying attention to what you want or what you don't want. So it's really important to be an allower. That's what they talk about. How do you be an allower? You believe in your good. You trust the process by listening to that guidance within your intuition, your inner being. Your inner being is you. It's just the broader you, the non-physical you. That's what they're teaching, that we're mostly non-physical and we come into physical form, right? So we align our thoughts and our feelings with our desire. How do we do that? We understand, like they teach, that everything that we desire is for one reason. We think that it's because we're going to feel better in having it or experiencing. So feel better now. How? By listening to the guidance, your highest guidance, what feels good to you. And they talk about life as like a buffet. We're not pushing against the unwanted. We're letting the unwanted just be there. We're practicing non-resistance. And when we practice non-resistance, like a buffet, we're just choosing what we want and putting that on our plate. We're not pushing away or fighting what we don't want. We just leave it there on the buffet. We practice that. We close our own gap automatically. Think about it. These teachings are so powerful. Sometimes they're so simple that we make them harder than they need to be. So remember, law of attraction, birds of a feather flock together, like attracts like. The quality of my thoughts, the story I'm telling myself evoke a feeling within me. And that is my clue if I'm attracting more of what I want or more of what I don't want, right? So trust the process. Tell yourself. One of Abraham's favorite mantras that Esther Hicks says is, everything is always working out for me. When you come from that perspective, you automatically close the gap because you know the gap, you created it. So you don't need to fight it anymore. You don't need to create the gap. As soon as you want something, understand the physical having of the desire isn't your proof. You know what your proof is? How you feel within. That's how you shift. That's how you close the gap. You align your thinking, your stories, your feelings with your desire instead of the lack of it, because you know attention and focus to anything. The law of attraction is responding to that vibration and bringing you more of it. So test this out for yourself. Try the process of just literally just discernment, meaning be the observer. Challenge your beliefs. Tell yourself everything is always working out for you. It's all for you. So until next time, have a wonderful day. Thank you for liking and sharing the video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I would love to have you.